with Cammie, who is one of my very dear friends. I've known Cammie for a long time. Beautiful, stunning, such a good soul, such a good heart, with the wickedest sense of humour I've known. So Cammie is a very talented artist, a graphic artist. How would you describe yourself as well?
I tend to say graphic artist.
Yeah.
I think if I say artist, that's a bit artsy-fartsy. So I do logos, I do graphic illustrations. It's marketing, so I say graphic artist.
Perfect. And Cammie's here at Autosport for an even more special reason than anybody else probably in this building. So just tell everyone why.
Well, I was very fortunate to meet the heads of Autosport a couple of years ago at Motorsport Days Live, and it turned out they knew my work and wanted me to create brand new branding for the Autosport 2024 show.
I know that this is yours, like Go for the Gap, this is your
So
company.
this is my own work, but this is part of what I've produced for
This is
Autosport.
all this. And the A24,
the A24 logo
A24
is
as well.
of my design.
is all. I'm holding the mic. I should be doing this.
Yeah.
I've got my own mic. Yeah, so that is yours as well. With
Yes,
the
the
checker
A24
flag.
Yeah, if you'd asked me a year ago, tell me I'd be here, I wouldn't believe you. It's an absolute dream come true gig. Like 2019, nobody had heard of me in motorsport. I'd come from video games, and now I'm sort of in this such loving, supportive motorsport community, having the best time of my life.
I think initially you were getting some decent customers. You did some quite good commissions, but it wasn't regular and frequent enough, was it? It was quite a slow start.
And also when you're working with just sim racers or club drivers, they don't have the budget that big established teams do. I was very budget conscious for them, and I understand, we've had hard times, so it's been difficult. I come over all nice, lower a price, but Autosport have been really supportive. It's been a great gig to get, and hopefully it opens a few doors.
Yeah, definitely. What other commissions have you had? Who else have you done work for?
Oh, well, there's one that I can't give too much details about, actually, but it does involve the IMSA, American Endurance Racing Series, 750 Motor Club, working with F1000, and soon to be working with Morgan Challenge Series. I was lucky enough as well to do the brochure, the program cover and posters for the Burkitt 6-hour relay, and had plenty of interest, people talking to me at the show, telling me they run XYZ series, we want this, we want that, and I can't think of them all even. It's just, beyond what I could have imagined.
That's amazing. So you were a racer, sim racer.
Yes.
Tell us about that. I know all about it, but these lovely people don't.
So I'd played racing games all my life, and as we came into lockdown, just before lockdown actually, and the game company I'd worked for closed down, I tried out for the Team Fordzilla esports team, so that's the Ford car manufacturer, and I managed to get into the team, won the tryouts, and became a pro sim racer for Ford for 2 years, where I got to race a few Formula One drivers as well, Jenson Button, Alex Albon, and other legends in motorsport like Billy Munger.
One of the greatest things I think I've ever seen in motorsport, in sim racing, is somebody that I know wearing stilettos to sim race. It was the greatest thing, seriously.
It does make the boys feel a bit like, oh man, they kind of like, oh, that's impressive, but how? And I think I've only done it a couple of times just for the laughs, and so it seems to get clicks on Instagram.
But is there evidence? Is there YouTube evidence for this? I'm sure there is somewhere.
I think there is somewhere. Yeah, I definitely have footage of me
in
racing in heels.
Brilliant. So, although you can't give much away for any future commissions or work, is this your dream? Is this your ultimate dream? And you found yourself, probably because of the pandemic, on a track to a dream? Or is this something you never? Or is it something that you never even thought about doing?
I think I expected to try and I expected to fail, but I thought it'd be really difficult. There's lots of other artists, designers out there, Instagram and Twitter, they're chock full of it. So it looks like a crowded market, but maybe there's much fewer of us who go and talk to the people, who are able to go to the venues, make those contacts, have the confidence to be able to speak to people. And as someone who works behind a computer, I've had to find my voice find a way to go up to strangers, just introduce myself and talk about my work and own it.
Yeah. And I noticed you have a Rainbow Pride lanyard. It's actually from Alpine, so tell us about this.
Yes, as a community champion for Racing Pride, which I became as a pro sim racer, we were lucky enough to have a tour of the Alpine F1 factory at Enstone. We got to see like the engine. So in the lobby, they had a couple of the demo cars, the engine, Antoine Hubert's last race suit, or one of the race suits he wore in the last season, and we couldn't take photos in the factory, but we were able to join the Enstone team as they operated from Enstone for the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Okay.
So they were communicating with the pit crew in Brazil for free practice and qualifying.
Oh wow!
So
were you privy to that?
We were privy to that. Camera angles that were in the garage.
I so want to do that. I absolutely want to do that. So anyone out there, I can't remember what they call the room. It's like sort of mission control, isn't it? So anyone in mission control in F1, then yeah, I'm there if you invite me.
We've been really lucky to have tour of Alpine and tour of Aston Martin's new factory as well, whilst it was still under construction.
Wow.
And they had Fernando Alonso's and Lance Stroll's cars ready for the Austrian Grand Prix. We obviously couldn't take pictures, but
yeah. So, what's for you? We've talked about short term. Have you long-term ambitions?
Well, as far as I can tell, it looks like I might be coming back for Autosport 2025. Yay. I've already done the Autosport 2025 logo.
Exclusive right here.
Which was to sort of, for the end of this show, to tease next year. And hope they said they've had a great reaction to the change of branding, which used to be stock images, and now they've got these graphic illustrations that really pop. They're animated as well on Instagram and Twitter. They come alive, and people have been really going for the posters as well. And
going for the gap. They're
going for the gap. And so lucky that we were able to get David Croft and Gunther Steiner to sign some. We were very fortunate.
That's absolutely amazing.
What was doubly amazing was I've met David Croft once before at Spa-Francorchamps in 22, and it was a brief encounter, and he remembered me. He's
very good at that.
And he said, like, I'm so glad to see you're doing so well. He was very supportive, and he signed about 20 prints, so I had to shake his hand several times.
Yeah, but you are quite memorable.
Thank you very much.
In a good way. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being my friend. And I also thank you for these wonderful graphics that I saw all around this building before I realised my friend had designed them. So I'm so proud of you, and good luck for the rest of your future.
Thank you, and we should probably give a little shout out to Damien Cross, who, without Damien, we would not have met each other. Thanks to Zoom Zoomers. It was such a massive, pivotal moment in my career. So early on that I didn't recognise what it was at the time.
Me neither.
And I thought I was the odd one out.
Yeah, I think we all did, because I think a few people sort of knew each other or connected. I didn't know anybody at all either.
Exactly.
And Damien Cross, just briefly, had created a podcast, and it was about a meeting. It was about meeting each other during the pandemic, and it was close to the beginning, but I think we all knew it would be a long thing. Yeah. We all knew we were in it for the long haul. And he had the foresight and the good heart, to put this together for motorsport and motor vehicle and motor car journalists, graphic artists, you know.
He did us a real favour.
He did us all a real favour.
And it was great fun, and I miss it.
I miss it a lot. I miss it terribly.
Thank you, Damien.
Thank you, Damien, and everybody else in that group that's been an incredible friend.
It has. Thank you very much.